Guys, read that with passion. 1, 2, 3.
Get me back, my soul is too charged with your love.
So what will they be doing as he says that line?
Being a teacher is a very privileged position, and I value every minute in the classroom with the children.
What's he doing? He's...
Julius.
He's... Someone say it from the back of the class. Searching.
The lessons was easier with Mr. May because he explained it really well, and he helped every child in the class.
Well, he makes learning fun.
Yeah, and he's a really hard worker and everything.
When Mr. May won the teaching award, I was really, really happy, and I was screaming my head off.
What's 10% of that, Amy?
Trevelyan May has recently started a new job as an assistant deputy head at Loseley Fields Primary School in Godalming, Surrey.
You said 4 times, I said to you, then you said 7 times. The reason you do 7 times the 5 is because 70 is 10 lots of 10...
Before this, he worked as a teacher at Sholing Junior School in Southampton, the school where he was nominated for and subsequently won the award of Primary School Teacher of the Year.
In this is racing hamster. I'm intrigued.
Trevelyan made the difficult decision to leave the school after being approached by the former head teacher of Sholing and now head of Loseley, Chris Norse.
I needed Trev to come here because I needed someone of outstanding teaching ability to come and enthuse the children and some of the other staff to make sure that we can raise standards and the rates of progress for the children here.
And then just remember these lines. I want these to be ringing in your head when you write it today. Did heaven look on and would not take its part? Remember Macduff, his family have been killed. You can't even get there, I can't get there. But mentally imagine...
Trevelyan may be taking on more responsibilities, but it's obvious where his heart lies, and that's in the classroom.
Trev has always been determined to be a fantastic classroom teacher, and he most certainly is. And I've had to twist his arm to come out of the classroom and do other work because he'd rather be in with his children.
OK, you come. Right, let's have teams then. Who do you want to go with?
Kieran.
No, because they've got a good goal.
That's the reason, is it? Rubbish.
No one has a bad word to say about Trevelyan, but what is it about him that sets him apart and justifies him being awarded the title Primary School Teacher of the Year?
I really liked his sense of humour and his ability to keep be energetic throughout the whole day, and he just never stops going.
Every time we give 100%, he gives 100% back.
He puts effort in.
Yeah, he puts loads of effort in, and we can't stop working with him because he's so fun.
Some of my last teachers always just say, well, you weren't listening then, but now Mr. May just helps us.
Do you boys want a bit of help as well? OK, here we go.
I like to think of the children in my class as individual plates spinning, and I've got to keep their plates spinning. And you do that by remembering the last time where you gave them some real encouragement, some praise. The last time they achieved something that they can be proud of.
Correct. Confidence.
I know the last time I praised them, and I know the last time they did a great piece of work. And I make sure that that plate never stops moving. And I make sure that they keep spinning and they're on the edge of their learning every day.
Well done, you two, that was magnificent.
Luckily for Trevelyan, his wife Helen is a former teacher and understands the amount of work required.
I do appreciate that he has to work really hard to maintain the level of excellence that he strives for. So you might be sitting there watching something on telly and all of a sudden he'll say something that's school related and you'll know that he's been sat there sort of chewing something over and he'll rush off to go and write something down or get the laptop out and quickly put an idea down.
Dedication seems to play a big part in Trevelyan's success. Before he even sets foot in the classroom, he spends time carefully preparing for his lessons.
I really enjoy preparing lessons, making PowerPoints and getting pictures from the internet that will inspire and sequence the lesson. So there's just so many exciting ways to access learning and prepare lessons.
Right, girls, go and take up a position.
What Trev is very good at is using technology, interactive whiteboards, to bring the learning to life. and boys are particularly receptive to visual learning, and he's been able to raise the standards in literacy significantly through this rigorous approach to planning, fun and engaging and pacey delivery, but also knowing the interests of the class and tailoring it to their needs as well.
Trevelyan's thorough preparation means he can utilise and access technology confidently in his lessons. Trevelyan is a teacher with an abundance of energy, and he's not one for standing still next to the whiteboard. As part of the Teaching Awards, he won a piece of equipment for the school, which gives him more freedom in the classroom.
This is the slate, and it comes with the interactive whiteboard, and it means the teacher can go around the classroom and access the interactive whiteboard and use it and press on icons and drag things and write things without having to be right at the board. And it's also for the children to use. Here I'm using it in a maths lesson, and the children can work on their angles. And by using the pen and pressing it where the monkey is, you can drag the monkey, and the children in this case have to try and find 42 degrees. And when they've had a good estimate, they then get down to search, and they're rewarded with bananas.
Thank you.
And I was one out, and that's pretty good.
Quit thy sight!
Trevelyan's Year 6 class are currently studying Shakespeare's Macbeth, and again Trevelyan is using technology to bring the text alive.
River nearby, river running, so let's have that in.
This is a programme which enables children to sequence some of their narrative ideas. What I've done is I've put in some backgrounds, some props and some characters to make different slides of Macbeth. And the children can suggest different sound effects, they can suggest different backgrounds and props, and suggest what the characters would say. And it helps them understand the narrative of Macbeth and understand the stories and also the emotions of the characters and the intentions.
A battle rages on between Macduff and Macbeth.
To encourage their writing, Trevelyan asks the children to write their own versions of a scene from Macbeth, which they then act out for the class.
Sparks flying through the air. Sparks flying through the air.
It helps us understand how Macduff felt when Macbeth killed his wife, so Mr. May's trying to find out how we felt.
Yeah,
like Macduff.
If we had a wife and if she got killed, what would be our emotions? And we have to write that in our play strips.
This is from Scotland, and this is from my wife.
Mr. May's helped us understand Shakespeare more because he's done it in a fun way. We've been watching a DVD of the play, and we've been reading the book with the pictures in.
I will not submit. I bear a charmed life. One cannot be harmed by anyone born a woman.
Only fair by charm.
Mr. May makes the more boring things interesting because, like he adds humour. Yeah, he spices things up and makes humour.
As well as the role plays, Trevelyan gives the children a line from the text and asks them to write a poem. This tactic produces some creative results.
With the Macbeth poems, I showed them a clip of the witch's chant, and we talked about what the ingredients were. We established that it was a rhyming couplet form, and we started to brainstorm some ingredients. But then you just go a bit further. You ask them, what about having things that can go into the witch's cauldron that aren't tangible, that you can't pick up? So someone will start to mention the first giggle of a newborn baby, or someone will say the grace of a soaring falcon, things that you can't actually touch, and they love that. And if you can get from that concrete to the abstract, and the children can really start to think about, I'm not going to say tree, I'm going to say beech, or I'm going to say oak. What can I have that rhymes with oak? But I can't just run to that line. I've got to think of all the good adjectives and adverbs along the way to the line.
Toil and trouble, fire burn, a cauldron bubble. The screeching signal of a baby's cry, the silent sound as the clouds drift by. A peaceful bay surrounded in mist, the shining
glistening lake. The gracefulness of a hawk's fly, a sweet tune of a lullaby. A scale of a dragon's skin, rusty armour made out of tin.
And the gladness of becoming king. The scarlet dragon, the tongueless snake, as my reflection.
First baby scream of pain with a weary delight, with a sparkling rain. The mighty arrow flying high, as the child told his first lie.
Trevelyan is keen to instil a sense of confidence and pride into the children about the work they do. One of the ways he does this is through video montages of the children.
I wanted to have real expression from the children, try and get them to a place in their heads where they are Macbeth and they are the witches and they're having the same sort of thoughts. But it's great fun, again, when you show this in assembly, it just rounds off the unit and they'll remember Macbeth fondly. And I think actually in the secondary curriculum they do Macbeth in Year 9 and they write about Banquo and his emotions, and hopefully when they come to do that they'll be motivated and have confidence.
Trevelyan's boundless energy also extends to out-of-school activities, and now even a field trip to Antarctica.
Since winning the Teaching Award, Trev has been bombarded with media attention. He's had articles in The Guardian, he's helping to write a book right now. He's off to Antarctica in a few weeks' time.
The Teaching Awards were contacted by a group called Inspire, who are a team of people led by Robert Swan, the explorer. This is the 4th time that they've done this trip. Each trip's had a different focus. This time it's about setting up a website, and that's why lots of teachers are going. And there's over 80 different people from around the world, lots of teachers from all over Europe. And the idea is we go there and we set up this website so children can access it, and we bring it back to our school community and you know, inspire the children about this last amazing untouched wilderness. It's about bringing back amazing footage, you know, in lots of different forms, in sounds, in images, in moving images, and about helping set up the website and the measuring equipment out there so that the internet site has more things that children can access on it, like games, activities, and that's my job really. It's to bring in the very real message of somewhere which is so far away back into the classroom and say, you can make a difference. I want you to learn about Antarctica.
There is no doubt that the pupils benefit from the effort Trevelyan puts in, but it was an adult who nominated him for the Teaching Award.
The Teaching Award first came about because our Chair of Governors, a lady called Ina Kitchen, put him forward for the award, and she'd seen many teachers come and go and had never seen anyone quite as powerful and passionate as Trev.
Trev's personality and his dedication as a teacher has lifted everybody. It's not only just the children that benefit, and he always builds up their self-esteem, and it's wonderful to see that. But he also does that with his colleagues too.
I wanted to be a teacher, maybe subconsciously, because I had some fantastic teachers when I was younger, especially at A-level. I had a man called Barry Blamey, who just brought physical geography alive for me and would stay behind in the lessons and help me with things I didn't understand, and maybe he planted some sort of teaching seed in me.
Right, come on, go, get that power and passion in there. You've got about 10 minutes.
There's dozens of children that have passed through his hands during the years that will remember him. You know, when you said, was there a teacher that ever made a difference? Mr. May would be the one they will remember.
When I'm older, I want to be like Mr. May and play the piano, the violin, and be a teacher.
I love that. Look at that for a sentence. Beautiful. Slaughtering people. Macbeth and Macduff frantically search for each other.
In the future, I just want to continue to be a good teacher, and I just hope that into my 40s and my 50s that I can relate to children and still find the magic in things and love my job. I am enjoying the management side of things, and I love inspiring other teachers and leading meetings and spreading the gospel, as it were, but I will never leave the classroom, and because that's where my real strength is.